Still sucks on spy. He can't compare to my skills. Dude, my spy loadout is pretty simple. I use Eternal Reward and what was the name of the watch I had? Cloak and Dagger, and then I use the Diamondback for my gun. No, Cloak and Dagger was a knife. What did I have? It was the one where like you can basically, it basically recharges. You can basically stay permastealth, but it drains faster. And when you stay still, it recharges. So you can like stay permastealth in corners. It's so goated, dude. I freaking love playing. And the Diamondback is sick because when you get backstabbed, you get crits automatically loaded in. So like you can rack up. So if you destroy any engineer, anything from an engineer, you get crits on your gun. And if you backstab people, you get crits on your gun. So you can rack up like multiple bullets full of crits and like 1v1 pretty much anyone on the team. But obviously when you die, you lose all your crits. But like if you're going around being a little sneaky snake, you can rack up crits and do some serious damage in the back line. Ew, Diamondback. Cloak and Dagger is the watch. Okay, that's what I have then. Bro, ew. I never really got like a better gun. L'Entrangar or whatever the name of that. I think that was like one of the only other pistols I had. But I like the Diamondback so much because it meshed with my playstyle. Because I like literally gunning for the back line. Well, obviously that's the point of a spy, but like show mine. Mine is goated. No. You can show yours. You can make your own YouTube channel, Azzy, and then you can show people. Plus, I have to scroll up through all your stupid freaking low tier god memes and everything you've posted recently that I'm like, why do I don't care about this. Random, you just send me random Twitter posts. This is a real thread. We're cooked. Exposing really hungry horse for being a groomer and other degenerate actions. See, this is the stuff you send me, Azzy. I'm just like, riddle me this. I demand money and I demand tanks, and yet all the while I never say thanks. Who am I? Dude, I was dying laughing at the JD Vance memes, dude. I was crying. My wife and I were both. I hadn't really looked at them or seen them or anything, and I didn't even know where they came from. Like Connor just sent me one. I was like, "Is that JD Vance?" And then I went onto like a thread, and someone on Reddit was like, "Post your best JD Vance memes," and they were all terrible because it's Reddit. But then I found this like stockpile somewhere. Oh my gosh, dude, I was dying. The one that got me really good, yeah, someone got JD Vance on the little kid in Shrek 3 that says "Do the roar," and they meshed his face on that kid holding a lollipop. So good. So good. Diamondback is scum gameplay. Oh, is that what people think? Bro, your loadout is AIDS? Yeah, that's the point. That's the point of being a spy. You're supposed to be AIDS to the enemy team. Like, we're in the 80s again. There's no cure. And I'm taking out your backline. What even is spy? Is it a TF2 character? Yeah, it's a class in TF2. I have your same loadout, just stock knife. That minus 25 health is not worth it. For what though? Eternal Reward? Bro, it's so worth it. You die in one hit for most things anyways. You need to say please and thank you, Mr. Zawinski. Spy is meant to be AIDS, but the Diamondback isn't AIDS, it's testicular cancer. Well then, look at it as like a bonus thing, okay? Wait, why do you wait, is that like a hated gun? Like am I stumbling upon like TF2 nerddom lore that like the Diamondback is like this cancerous thing? I've never had anyone ever in the game complain about it, ever. No one's ever complained about this. Is this like well established like TF2 lore that it's like a BM gun or something, like a bad manners gun? It's kind of like, it's great getting paid for your troubles. It's like you go into the back line, you might die instantly at any time from most things. The pyro, the retard pyro on the enemy team might just run around with the flamethrower on the entire time. He sits at the engineer's station and he just gets full ammo and he sits there and rotates his mouse 360 degrees at 10 plus sensitivity and just goes trying to prevent any spies from getting around. He'll like just run up to random corners, like, and I'm supposed to be the guy who plays nice when pyros are a thing. Pyros are like the stupidest thing ever, dude, as a spy. Actually, I think pyros are just kind of busted in general. The Diamondback rewards you disproportionately for playing the spy, same as anyone else. Pyro's cancer, yes. Yeah, pyro is like, everything in TF2 is cancer. Like the fact that the medic can just make someone on his team completely invincible. Dude, I've seen medic pyros do more damage than medic heavies. Like every time, if there's a decent pyro on the enemy team and he gets Ubered, you're done. Your whole team is cleared. It's so stupid. Like, what a retarded class. I just think my biggest problem with the pyro is they can just be brain dead players and still be effective.
You cannot be a brain dead spy player. That's why I'm fine with the Diamondback being kind of busted, because it's like, okay, to actually be an effective, you have to disable turrets successfully, take out teleporters successfully, backstab people successfully. Like everything in between that point could go wrong, but you could have a stupid brain dead pyro who finds spies on the map and is like just a nuisance to deal with. I don't think bad spies are just bad. They are so worthless. Jazz, how did you come up with, I almost said a slur, Slink? Slink was made up when I joined Team Utopia. There's some Utopia lore. Basically, okay, here's the thing, right? Utopia lore drop time. Time to get Joe Rogan-y on you. You can get up nice and close. So when I joined Utopia back in the day, this is like 2017, like the game Utopia. I joined as a concept artist. Everyone on the team had like a mascot, effectively. None of these people, as far as I knew, these were not like personas. These were not. There was like I'm hesitant to drop like the actual reason that people did this. They were supposed to be like rejected video game mascots that everyone had, and it was supposed to be like when Utopia Demo 2 dropped, there was going to be all the characters in like an airbrush pose. I actually put together basically all of Team Utopia in airbrush form. And I didn't have a character at the time. So I was like, all right, well, I like lizards. And I just drew Slink. I just drew him. Like basically the first idea that came to my head was Slink. He's evolved a little bit since then, but like he's mostly stayed the same. Like the only thing that's changed is really the shape of his face has just gotten clearer. I think at the time I made his snout like a little bit smaller. I don't know. He just looks a little bit different, but yeah, basically just came out. Soytopia. I love the eternal reward for the spy. It makes me feel sneaky. Yeah, I love it, dude. NG is so also brain dead. Kind of. There are bad engineers too, because engineers can be stupid. They can put portals in the wrong spot and get your team killed. They cannot build portals at all. They cannot know how to resource properly. So they're not self-sustaining at all. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, engineers are pretty dumb. My two most played classes are spy and engineer. So kind of if I want to break from gameplay, I'll just play engineer. I do not play medic, dude. I hate medic. I hate the gun on medic. It is like, dude, medic gun is so rage inducing. It literally lobs bullets. It lobs your projectiles. It's so bungus. You think medic demo is optimal? Are you crazy? I have never seen that combo. Oh, okay, I've seen it like once. I've seen like one good demo man in my life, and he was a menace. He basically manhandled our entire team. Like he could not be dealt with. It was so annoying. Heavy is brain dead and also not good. He's such a cook class. Are you? No, that's not. Heavy is brain dead, but he is effective. He is definitely effective. I mean, you can walk in with like dual heavy medics and basically clear an enemy. But I think he's really only good if you're backed into a corner. Like he's kind of a trump card a little bit, because he's like, if you can get a heavy Uber combo, like it is effective. It's just not as effective as anything else, because once Uber wears off, you have like 3 snipers trained on your brain, and there's a spy nearby who's about to kill your medic and you. My most played is spy and sniper. I'm either a moving cancer or stationary cancer. I don't understand how the sniper in the game works, and it is completely possible I am just garbanji, but like I just never connected with the way those guns work. I didn't like the feel of them at all. So like the sniper gun should basically, like base sniper gun should basically be like CSGO sniper. But it doesn't feel that way. It feels like there's a weird delay on you're pressing the button and the bullet going off. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. There's something weird going on with the sniper. As someone who likes playing snipers a lot in FPS games, it just was. My most played is scout and spy. I'm a menace. Yeah, dude, a good scout is also yeah. I mean, if you're good at the game, like you are a menace for sure. Hitting headshots feels way easier in Counter-Strike than TF2 for some reason. That's what I'm saying. Like there's something weird, and I don't know if it's because they put the little reticle around where you're aiming that makes it feel weirder, but it definitely feels weirder. I played heavy too much now. When I play games where the bullets don't shoot out the character eye, it messes up my aim a little bit. I used to play this game called Blacklight Retribution. And it was basically a sci-fi shooter where you could customize the crap out of your gun. It's a free-to-play game. Customize the crap out of your gun. It was actually really cool, but the way the guns worked was super jank. Like even to this day, the way they work I don't know why I played it as long as I did. They were like Apex Legends tier. I'm just like, why are the guns this way? I got so tired of the way Apex guns works. I couldn't tell if it was like hit registration problems, my aim, or scatter. Like there were so many variables in Apex that just made the shooting feel like super dookie. And I couldn't tell. I'm like, am I really just so bad at the game that I can't hit this person? Is the spread on this gun just really bizarre? Or is hit registration not working? I don't know. I don't think the devs do either. They probably couldn't tell. Like, I just wish the guns in Apex felt a little bit more Call of Duty. Just a bit. Like a little bit more laser beam, you know? They were a little too all over the place. Dude, headshots are cancer in TF2. Everything's cancer in TF2. It sounds like this whole game is just cancer. I think it might just be the higher average movement speed in TF2 that throws me off because Counter-Strike has a much more manageable pace. Literally just play TF2, the good one. Problem with Titanfall 2. The movement was good. Movement was cool. It was fun. But the TTK was so low, it just kind of felt like stupid. Like TTK was so freaking low. And like hip firing was really accurate from what I remember. So like you could just like be wall running and just zap a guy and he would die in like 0.5 seconds. And you're just like, okay, I guess he's dead now. I played it for like a couple weeks. Titanfall 2. But this is like way after the game came out. So you haven't said thank you once. It's so good. Why would you say that? I was listening to some conservatives like cover that, and they were like, yeah, JD Vance was like, you know, holding his feet to the fire, and like Zelensky was being a little baby. And I was just like, dude, I don't know how you walk away thinking that's a good look. That was so funny. You haven't said thank you once. Like in quotation, it was like, mom said we have to play a 3-player game. So funny, dude. Do you know the current state of Utopia? I mean, last I heard it was being worked on. Same as Sonic Freedom. You know what? I bet they come out the same day. Probably gonna come out next Friday. Keep an eye out.
I require you to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and ding the notification emblem. I promise you, content.